Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine, your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen, the unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdles of yesterday. Don't you wanna go further away from the fray? Let's not get stuck in our worries, we'll make our way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together, we'll all sing better outside. Just us in the sky.
Good morning. It is a beautiful morning to be alive. It's called Tenacious Tuesday. And I don't know what you need to be tenacious with, but certainly it is a good word if you want to accomplish your dreams. Good morning, listeners on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and of course, listening on the internet radio as well. We serve a big, mighty God. Good morning, Mikey G.
Good morning, Lady Elise. This morning, of course, as you said, Tenacious Tuesday, I want to also chime in on that little bit of slogan right there of giving our people a little bit more for breakfast hour this morning. Of course, it is buffet style, guys. Whatever you want from it, you take. Because there's so much to go around and so much to share right here this morning. Of course, this morning's episode of this segment of the breakfast hour is brought to you by M&M Construction for all your construction needs. And so when we come back, we will get right into it.
Looking to build your dream home or renovate your space? M&M Construction is the perfect place. We bring your vision to life with precision and quality craftsmanship. From design to construction, we guide you every step, ensuring seamless coordination and superior results. Our professional roof inspection and maintenance services will ensure that your roof is sturdy this hurricane season. So, if you are ready to start your construction journey, call us today at 345-927-7509. Build with confidence. Build with M&M Construction. 345-927-7509.
Welcome back. Yes, it is another beautiful morning. And whether you're joining us from the Cayman Islands or if you're in Jamaica, if you're in the US or Canada or anywhere in the Caribbean, I will steal a phrase from a popular song. We are one big family living in harmony. That's how it ought to be. So often we find ways to separate and segregate, But do you know that we have one daddy, one big family? And so we thank you so much for joining us. We have a lot in store for you. And of course, we won't go any further without our devotional. This devotional brought to us by the lady herself, Susan Long.
Good morning. This is day 4. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer. Let your requests be made known to God. Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. Say mercy. Written by Ann Setters. You may have played the game when you were a child. You interlace your fingers with someone else's and try to bend the other's hands back until one or the other cries, mercy. The winner is the one who gets the other person to surrender. Sometimes we try to play mercy with God when we pray. We have a request that we desperately want answered in a certain way, so we try to bend his fingers back and get him to give in. When it seems we aren't winning, we try a little harder to convince him by begging or bargaining. We may even give up grudgingly and say, Lord, you always win. That's not fair. God does want honesty of heart, but occasionally, in our honesty, a demanding spirit comes out. Deep down, we know that prayer is not meant to be a contest with God that we try to win. In our wiser moments, we make our requests known to our Lord, surrender them to Him, rely on His grace, and wait for His answers. Author Hannah Whitall Smith said, "Be glad and eager to throw yourself unreservedly into His loving arms and to hand over the reins of government to Him." Instead of praying with grudging resignation, Lord, you always win. Surrender to Him. Say mercy. In the name of Jesus, we voice our prayers. The Bible tells us to do so, but may we never use that name to tell God what to do. Our quote this morning reads, "Prayer isn't a time to give orders, but to report for duty." End quote.
Prayer is not a time to give orders, but a time to report. To duty this morning. Very interesting concept from our devotion this morning. Brings us to a very interesting place in our thoughts. You know, sometimes we give the orders when we go to God. God, you forget that,
Yes.
You didn't do what you said you would do yesterday. The Bible says that while you are yet speaking, God has answered.
Yeah, it's hard, it's hard. It's not an easy one. It's not an easy one, like you see.
Sometimes
I say that we are learning. It's a learning experience. That's what I'll chalk it down to. A chance for us to learn.
time to learn some things. Of course, it's hurricane season and coming up.
It is.
No, man, every time we reach this time of the year, we don't say it's hurricane season, it's coming up. And so by May, would start the preparation again. But then, last year we had a very active season and many things happened, or did not happen, but we were very at the edge of your seat like a blockbuster movie of those suspense drama that would unfold at some point. Some horrific tale would come, and of course here comes the star or the hero who saves the day.
Well, I had a conversation recently. It's great that you brought it up because the question was asked: is there a shortage of eggs? Because in Jamaica, actually when I was there in December, there was a restriction on how many eggs you could purchase. 1 tray per person. But I figured that because perhaps the demand is high, considering that, of course, people are doing a lot of baking and stuff. It's the holiday season. So I just kind of thought that might have been the reason. But I've been told that because of burials, destruction in certain areas, certainly the chickens were also affected. And those persons who raise chickens had some loss that has impacted the supply of eggs.
Chicken have been frightened out of their
I don't know if it's frightened, but we can, when you said it and you said hurricane season, it kind of caught me off guard, to be honest. But the days are going so quickly.
Yes.
It's already March. And I'm like, yeah, you bat an eye and it's gonna be April, May, June. And we are in preparation mode again for the hurricane season.
Not just March.
And you're right.
It's not just March. It's the 3rd month of the year.
March is marching on.
It's the 3rd month of the year. And it's the 4th day. So yeah, it is very interesting to see how quickly the year is moving. Now, if you didn't start running when the year starts, the race has already left you somewhere, and you have to be catching up now because
put on your shoes and get
got
ready.
to keep running. Of course, this egg situation is not just common to Jamaica. You know this, right, David?
Well, when I was asked the question, I was reminded that it's not just Jamaica.
Because folks in the US is also having a similar problem, and they say it's because of the bird flu. Here comes one of those things.
One of those things.
Yeah, I don't know. We have different reasons for the same thing. So yeah, eggs are out. That's one.
Which came first, the eggs or the chicken? But of course, it's time for our feature, our finance feature. As we speak about how quickly the months and the days and the weeks. It was just last week we were talking about finance and passive income and using real estate as that passive income. If you didn't get a chance to listen to that episode, you can certainly go back and catch up. So our finance feature comes on every single Tuesday. And of course, today is no exception.
All right.
We have a feature for you.
All right, so we'll bring on something that everybody would want to be reminded of. That while hurricane is seasonal, earthquakes aren't. They are every day of the week. And so let's give our viewers and listeners a little bit of earthquake tips and advice of how to deal with an earthquake when it comes. And so we want to ensure that you are aware of some of the safe places to be and how to be safe during this season.
You ever hear earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, earthquake, are coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it comes, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't go to the doorway or any exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone and you're stuck in that box out here. Take cover under a strong table or a bed or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, don't want to run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Drop, cover, hold on. I like that one, Lady Lisa. It always gets me right up. Those who make these things, boy, have a very creative imagination, and of course, how to make it appealing to our senses. All right, our feature this morning.
Yes, let's hear.
Money.
One fairly and effectively. In conclusion, AI trends revolutionizing the finance industry in ways we never imagined. Picture this: algorithms analyzing vast amounts of data in seconds, spotting trends and making predictions that would take humans weeks or even months. This isn't just a futuristic dream. It's happening right now. Take algorithmic trading, for instance. AI systems can execute trades at lightning speed, reacting to market changes in real time. This means they can capitalize on fleeting opportunities that human traders might miss. In fact, studies show that AI-driven trading can outperform traditional methods by a significant margin. But it's not just about speed, it's also about precision. These systems can analyze historical data, market sentiment, and even news articles to make informed decisions, reducing the risk of human error. Then there's risk assessment. Financial institutions are using AI to evaluate creditworthiness more accurately. Traditional credit scoring often relies on a limited set of data, but AI can incorporate a broader range of factors, from social media activity to transaction history. This not only helps lenders make better decisions, but also opens up credit opportunities for individuals who may have been overlooked by conventional methods. Fraud detection is another area where AI shines. Machine learning algorithms can identify unusual patterns in transaction data, flagging potentially fraudulent activity almost instantly. This proactive approach is crucial as it helps protect both consumers and financial institutions from significant losses. The ability to learn and adapt means these systems are constantly improving, becoming more effective at catching fraudsters. Customer service is also being transformed by AI. Chatbots and virtual assistants are now commonplace in banking, providing 24/7 support and handling a wide range of inquiries. This not only enhances customer experience, but also allows human agents to focus on more complex issues. Imagine having your banking questions answered at any hour without waiting on hold. AI is making that a reality. However, with all these advancements come challenges. The reliance on AI raises concerns about data privacy and security. Financial institutions must navigate the delicate balance between leveraging data for better services and protecting customer information. Moreover, there's the ethical aspect of AI decision-making. As algorithms take on more significant roles, ensuring they are fair and unbiased is paramount. We've seen instances where biased data leads to skewed outcomes, which can perpetuate inequalities in lending and investment. As we look ahead, the future of AI in finance is bright, but requires careful consideration. The potential for innovation is immense, from personalized financial advice powered by AI to smarter investment strategies that adapt to market changes. The key will be to harness this technology responsibly, ensuring it serves everyone fairly and effectively. In conclusion, AI is not just a tool, it's a game changer in finance. It's enhancing efficiency, improving accuracy, and transforming customer experiences. As we embrace this technology, we must remain vigilant, ensuring that it benefits all stakeholders in the financial ecosystem. The breakfast hour is a perfect time to reflect on how these advancements are shaping our world and what they mean for our financial futures.
Very interesting piece, Lady Elise. Finances with AI.
There are so many very interesting points to that presentation as it relates to artificial intelligence in finance. And of course, we are all familiar with the chatbots. Or you're calling the bank these days, and it's hard to get a human, not just the bank. Yes, it's AI managed now.
It says the statement was the risk.
Yeah, it's AI managed. And of course, who would have thought that instead of doing a credit check, like AI is able to do credit checks on individuals. So whereas to manually find out what persons are spending and their income and their expenses and stuff, AI can get that information based on transactions that persons do. So there you have it. In order for you to get a loan from the bank, not only the human that goes through and figure out and call you for an interview and ask you the question.
AI is the margin of error is what you're looking at. Human margin of error, AI would eliminate. Now, when you look at an efficiency like that, who need humans anyhow? Who need these humans who are
and of course checking the market, seeing what instead of going through and going and checking what's happening, what's trending, and what's
AI can do it for you. And so when we used to do the trade thing, and we were saying we're gonna be up because trading starts in different places for those who do trading, right? In China, the market opens different from in the US and in Canada and other parts of the world. And so you're looking at trading across the world, and persons who actually trade in different currencies actually have to be up various hours of the night, and during the day it's like you're constantly awake for these things, right? Now you can just put AI on the job and just go to sleep. You don't have to worry yourself anymore about how to make money. You start to wonder now if there's something rigged somewhere along the line. While some people were getting richer all the time, they had the technology before some people, or something. I don't know. But then AI is not just AI. It has been so improved, have been so improved that it, as it says, national security risk. When you think about your social security number for those who are living in the US and persons across the other section of your personal security codes that you'd use for your citizens, like Jamaica, what you call the TRN number that is assigned to every individual within the country, which of course they are trying to update this factor. And to see zeroing, AI is now able to track you from one place to the next, wherever you go. And if you think that you're going to be having a conversation privately and you have your phone around anywhere, we're talking about finances here.
It's very interesting.
And you have your phone around anywhere at all. Now, what you're talking about security of how you can basically eliminate crime and violence or criminality within your society. If you're even talking privately about something that you might feel disgruntled about, and you say, something not like, and people feel like say, I'm sorry, I just went in my Jamaican vernacular, and of course, sorry if you didn't understand. But anyways, and you start to speak about something, and AI pick it up. In a little while from now, a ticket can come in the mail, or a court order to appear in court based on the statement you make driving in your car, and may say something, and while you're talking, like when you're here and you're saying, you know what, there's a way to get around a system, and this is how we're going to have to get around it. And by the time you finish talking, AI records all of that. So the system now, while controlled by AI, has adjusted itself.
Yes.
It
Yes.
makes compensation immediately because we tell it what we are thinking, and so every time we talk in its presence, it learns even more. I just
Yeah.
can just tell you, boy, it's a serious, a very scary, and
You
very
never
interesting
did
thing to
you
see.
ever think that the credit check would have been AI, you know, the ability then to do that would have been passed on to AI because of certainly it takes the workload off so that of course persons can be busy doing other things that that require humans and
Well,
of course you know that is diminishing more and more, but certainly from a very interesting perspective this morning the question is, or the presentation is, artificial intelligence in finance. So no longer do you have to wake up early, be checking what's happening on the stock market. The AI can do that for you, can give you advice as to what to invest in. And of course, certainly the banks have a less of a headache because then instead of asking you to fill a form out and share your expenses and your income, AI already knows what you're spending or what you would have received and can therefore give that information
well,
to the bank.
here's the part that you might want to get closer to, is that the ability to be found liable about talking about AI in this way coming up on the next episode of our life. Because I'm telling you, just by speaking about it, there'll be sometime soon will be a law that you can't speak about it in this way. Like we had the problem last a couple of months ago, maybe last year, about the idea that you can't call somebody a disengender, this kind of thing, this kind of thing. That you can't talk to somebody. I can't say to somebody, he is coming or she's coming. Oh, you didn't call me the right thing, and people could have been locked up for those things at one point. Well, I'm looking at AI adopting the same principle and suggesting that if we disenfranchise AI or talk against it in a negative way, it might find us a court case or a charge that is possible penaltable to time spent in in a secure location somewhere on the planet. So I'm one of those minds that just go right off the bat. I see some things
While
10 steps
while
down the
you're
road.
doing that, it's time for the news, of course, like it is.
I know, but what we wanted to share, I wanted to share this. I wanted to share our special feature about our concert that we are trying to promote. I wanted to drop that in right before the news, and so let's see if we can have that one in place, that we can have persons who are interested to go to this concert. We actually have one ticket left to give to someone who would love to have this ticket and would like to be a part of this higher praise experience right here in the Grand Cayman Islands.
What's up, God?
What a God, what a God, what a God. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be an exciting event to be at. And I'm telling you, you need to check it out.
Yes, so the New Testament Church of God, Cayman Islands National Youth and Discipleship Department presents Higher Praise 3, Saturday, March 8, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the Triple C School Auditorium, featuring Golda McFarlane, DC Praise, Sternum Biblical, and Opal Stewart. And of course, you cannot afford to miss this one. It's for a worthy cause as the youth aim to represent the Cayman Islands at the Teen Talent. And they have done a wonderful job over the years. And certainly, I should tell you how to receive your tickets. I have the question, but I'll share that with you
When
when
we
we
come
get
back.
back from the news.
Of course, this morning's news is brought to us, to this segment of the breakfast show is brought to us by Asai Ultrasound for all your ultrasound needs right here in the Grand Cayman Islands.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
News is brought to you by Asai Ultrasound for all your ultrasound needs right here in the Grand Cayman Islands. It's news time, everybody.
It is Tuesday, March 4th, and these are your breakfast or news headlines on Flashpoint Radio. I'm Cordy Karen. Parties dominate as 59 candidates declare for the 2025 general election. Cayman's 3 political parties showcased unity and strength on nomination day, with 59 candidates officially declaring for the 2025 election in April. The Progressive People's Movement leads the pack with 13 candidates, followed by the Cayman Islands National Party with 12 and the Caymanian Community Party with 10. This marks a significant shift from the previous elections where independents dominated the field. Key highlights from the day include Premier Juliana O'Connor-Connolly's return to the PPM, CNI MP leader Dan Scott's call for meaningful change, and independent candidate Chris Saunders stating he will only work with PPM if elected. In West Bay South, TCCP leader Andre Ebanks faces competition from independent Sterling Ebanks, while in Georgetown North, PPM leader Joey Hugh is up against independent Romelia Welcome. Meanwhile, East End is gearing up for a 5-way battle as incumbent Isaac Rankin runs as an independent. With political billboards popping up across the islands, the race for Cayman's leadership is officially underway. It's been a privilege, says outgoing Auditor General Sue Winspear. After nearly 9 years of service, Auditor General Sue Winspear is bidding farewell to the Cayman Islands. Before departing for the UK, Winspear released a final report detailing concerns over the government's financial stability. Her report criticizes overspending, growing national debt, and weak financial controls. Despite facing both praise and criticism, Winspear has been hailed as a fierce advocate for accountability. At her farewell event, Governor Jane Owen lauded her dedication and leadership, recognizing the impact of her tenure. And now to regional news. Jamaica must innovate as oil discovery unlikely, Minister Auburn Hill. Jamaica must turn to innovation and export expansion to fuel economic growth, says Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Auburn Hill. Speaking at the launch of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association's Expo 2025, Hill stressed that while Jamaica saw a record-breaking $2.2 billion in exports last year, the nation remains heavily dependent on imports, totaling over $5 billion. Unlike Guyana, which has seen a dramatic economic boom due to oil discoveries, Jamaica must focus on strategic investments in technology and global market expansion to bridge its trade deficit and drive long-term prosperity. St. Lucia's UWP endorses 5 new candidates for next election. St. Lucia's opposition United Workers' Party has endorsed 5 new candidates ahead of the next general election. Party leader Alan Castanet announced the new representatives, highlighting their passion and commitment to positive change. Among them are media personality Leanna Jonas for Fort South, entrepreneur Bradley Marcel Fulgence for Dinar North, businesswoman Marcella Johnson for Gross Inlet, teacher and farmer Elijah Norbert for McLeod North, and community activist Laura Pierre Noel for Labori Auger. These endorsements add to the party's growing slate of candidates, reinforcing UWP's commitment to empowering communities and restoring hope for the future. Those were your breakfast or news headlines. Please continue to stay tuned for more updates throughout the day.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
We want to thank Corley Karen for, of course, presenting the news for us this morning. So much happening not only in the Cayman Islands, but across the region, of course, the world. And of course, we are here in election mode. and certainly...
That's where the whole of this is, isn't it?
Yes, we are in election mode, and we need to, as a team here at Flashpoint, invite representatives from each of these parties, certainly to share with us what is their mandate, what they are planning to do for the Cayman Islands, for those of us who reside here. And of course, we have been seeing quite a few billboards, some huge, some massive billboards all over the place, Newlands, Savannah, Georgetown. These billboards are everywhere, and so the representatives are bringing their A game.
The last time some black billboards were blocking others, and so those were in charge said pull them down. I'm just messing. I'm joking.
I saw one that was at a popular location. I have not seen that.
It was too popular. It was too popular to be there. You can't put it so popular that you couldn't be there. But I think maybe at the end of it, somebody else is going to be seen there. So, I just feel that somebody's going to put theirs.
Well, politics always interesting.
Politics, I'm telling you. All right. So, three major parties.
Yes.
Three major parties. So the Cayman Islands now has emerged. Before it was the UDP and the PPM would have been the major parties and independent.
Yeah, but Cayman Community Party as well.
That's what I'm saying. So the Cayman Community Party.
Are you writing them down?
I wrote them down. I want to be sure when I'm speaking. I don't just speak out of terms with these things. Politics is a very tricky thing, It can cost you your very life. Dangerous, right? And so here is the PPM, whopping 13 members already racking up the top score on the chart to say that they are the emerging champions by virtue of having persons attaching as major players in the governing sector, personnel of the Cayman Islands. Persons who are actually in government now are expressing views or as form alliances. Such as the news came out last week when we read it that Minister Seymour, who was border control, John Seymour, but actually basically going into the PPM. But originally came on the ticket as a UDP member early days, right? And there was a breakdown, and a few members left the UDP and somehow went over or formed a different coalition or formed a different group. Well, this is a situation that is going on. So many persons are looking at where they are going to be falling, in this election, who will be running for what. So if you were voting on the ticket of the UDP, I'm going to just use it in that sense, at the time, and somebody switch on gone, and you still love the person, you might still vote for them. I'm just using that as an example, right?
And listen, this is something that happens across the political landscape, no matter where you are. Persons will switch allegiance, change parties, and of course, some persons who know the individuals and know what they stand for and believe in what they stand for, move along with them. It's only natural.
Here's an interesting twist though, ladies, in the politics of the Cayman Islands. It's not the same as some other jurisdiction. Alright, so when you talk about party politics, right?
Yes,
people vote along party lines. So I am not a PPM, I'm not in the sense right now the Cayman Community Party member, and I'm not a Cayman National member, right? Right? So these are the parties, the Nationalist Party, the Community Party, and of course the PPM Party, right?
Yes.
Three parties right there. Of course, 13 is in the UDP, sorry, I keep saying UDP because I'm aware of that party early days, and that was one of the top parties in the Cayman Islands, and would have won the election quite a few times. All right, under that heading. So the PPM has maintained, of all the parties in the Cayman Islands, the PPM has maintained their very name and structure. They have not been damaged in that regard, no matter what they stood their ground. So for some unknown reason, they become like a national party in a sense. Thinking about it. But then you have a party naming itself National Party.
Yes.
So as to send the message that they are the the rightful heir to the throne.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that it is not so or it is so, but people vote for their candidate because of what the candidate would do in their community.
Yes.
And whichever side the candidate would be on, whether they are PPM, whether they are community party, or whether they are national party, whichever place those persons find themselves, or whichever party those persons, individuals find themselves, persons would find themselves voting for that. No, this election is going to be a test of that theory. All right? This election is going to be a test of that theory. And rightly so, it is difficult to not vote in a certain way when two new parties has come up. But then there may be leadership of some of the parties, or one or two of the parties, that may be common to many persons. Because I understand that the Right Honorable Mark Eva Bush is also one of those players. I'm not sure how he is in this right now, but you know, when persons are involved, people tend to look at those key persons or key players, and tend to vote against along those lines.
Yes.
And
yes.
so this is something that is going to be tested to see what Cayman will do in this upcoming election. Politics is a very exciting thing, you know.
Let's keep our finger on that pulse. And you know, Mikey G, I know we are speaking about that news item, but I must share this with you. Last week we presented a news item about fake news. Do you remember that,
Fake news.
Mikey G?
Yes.
And it was about a fake baggage sale.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Scammers. So let's.
No, but you know what I find puzzling is that as I'm looking now, that is still circulating on social media.
And
the thing I find challenging about it, because of course a directive was issued to say, of course, there's no sale at the Owen Roberts International Airport. We got that news item, but still this continues on social media. And the thing I find challenging about this fake news is that persons, they have over 672 likes. They have several shares, many shares, right? And of course, the responses, the comments that come under this fake post is, it's great that instead of getting rid of them, people can buy them at such a low price. And then another person would have said, I heard a lot about lost luggage store, so I did not hesitate to order one for myself. I received my suitcase today. My husband still can't believe I paid only $1.70 CI, and then has a picture up. And so
you have fake. You also have fake reviews.
So
this is a new kind of worm.
It said, I am still in shock today. The courier brought my suitcase, and then there's a picture, right? And so there's another picture of persons who are saying, I got it, you know, and it is so hard in these days to sift through
what's true and what's not.
Yes.
So here we have persons who have companies, and here's the thing now, because we are going through another phase. This is a clear part of saying that some of the reviews for some of the companies or some of the businesses are persons who are doing reviews. So, yeah, are we saying that some of those things are also fake?
Don't believe every single thing.
We can't now believe the fact that we are now trying to purchase a particular item, and we say we're going to look at the reviews on the item and see whether or not how that item actually finds itself. How we choose to purchase the item.
Right.
And so we look at the
very
reviews
interesting.
to find the truth about it. And are we
Yes.
saying now that we can't trust the truth that we see anymore? Is that what we are saying?
No, because then it goes as far as to say somebody said, I would like to pay in cash for this. Is it possible? And then a response says, I also wanted to pay in cash, but I could only pay by card. As a manager explained to me, this promotion is only available online. Guys, do not share your card information. Do not click on these links unless you verify information. No matter how good it looks, I mean, paying $1.70 for luggage, yeah, that sounds so good. Too, if it's too good to be true,
It's
if
too
it
good to be
sounds
true.
too good to be true, maybe it is too good to be
Well,
true.
if I didn't buy a ticket, I know I didn't have a chance. So I know I didn't win any money.
Yeah,
And-
there are
but you know-
54 shares. People are still sharing, and of course, we,
But let's see if we can do our part and see if we can help. Persons are using various mediums by which to trick people out of money and get people to sign on. And basically, you're looking sometime at identity theft, in a lot
yeah,
of ways, right?
yeah.
And
yeah.
so you have to see these things as real. People come in and we have persons that will act persons WhatsApp and then take it over and then go through their WhatsApp and find people who are in various different places and do all sorts of things with people's name. But what we want to also tell persons while we are at this is if you have been hacked in your WhatsApp, please do not leave your WhatsApp hanging by just changing the number and get a new number, because what you have done is you have given the criminals access to not just your information but other person's information, and so you must take back your number so you can have access to it, because they will continue to use it. Once you think that the best option to do is to abandon the number, that number is still active, and the only way to stop them using the number is to actually get back your number. Of course, you can get in contact with us and we can help you if you're having a problem with that. Of course, we have our WhatsApp number 927 1345 321 6969. All right. So
Of course,
let's do that one for you.
We had our cybersecurity expert on, and we are going to be deliberate in sharing snippets of that presentation. What are your personal identifiable information that you should not share and hold secure? And of course, that was a very interesting presentation there. And so we will have to go back and revisit that. But I will remind you that our physician comes on tomorrow. She asked for you to share your question. We started the conversation last week, Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. We started the conversation about your liver. And I have one or two questions that have been sent to me that I will share with Dr. K when she joins us tomorrow. Of course, here in the Cayman Islands, it's Ash Wednesday. Tomorrow, it's the start
National
of
holiday.
yes,
All right.
a holiday.
I didn't want us to leave, Lady Elise, without saying oil has been found in Jamaica.
Oil has been found in Jamaica.
Well, look at when oil is found. When we are now going to be going battery cars.
No.
Is that true? Is it going to make sense? All right. Well, guess what? We have enough cars to drive, still using petrol. And for some unknown reason, I believe people are going to still use petrol for a long time.
That's right.
So oil is in Jamaica, and now I think that with more money, Jamaica having earning it better and getting more money coming to its GDP, will be able to pay off some of those incurring debts that they have owed or can't pay it off. I don't know. Are they going to get somebody else to come in and take more money from the country? I don't know. We have been noted for having politicians who come in and sell some of our assets that they should not have sold. Many of our prized properties and assets are sold to various countries, and they're the ones benefiting when we couldn't run it efficiently for as a country for ourselves. And so we must look at these things as real. Bauxite, for example, has been one of those many things, the aluminum that would be coming out of Jamaica and then come back at a higher price. We look at these things and we say to ourselves, how, do we understand this? So let's see if oil is going to be one of those monopoly pieces on the board. Let's see. It's brand new day. It's a good place to start seeing some way that we can actually move ourselves forward and we get
That's
something
right.
new to do it. Yeah. So kudos to those. Yeah.
And I want to say thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Breakfast Hour. It has been certainly a blessing to be here with you, whether you have joined us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or you're listening live on the internet radio www.flashpointmedia.ky. Of course, it is Tenacious Tuesday, and today we explore the concept of AI in finance. What are your thoughts? What do you think about it? AI can do an investigation on your finance and share with the bank. AI, of course, we have less in-person transactions these days at the bank. You have to do your things on a line, and you have to learn pretty fast how to use the technology. So thank you so much for joining us on the Breakfast Hour. Tomorrow our physician joins us. She'll be speaking about the liver, about fatty liver. She started the conversation last week, and it was so much that we have to have a part 2. Do you have a question that you'd like to hear from our physician with many years of experience? She spoke about those herbs like the comfrey. Yes, some herbs can prove damaging to the liver if you have too much of it. And so if you want to find out more about your liver health, join us tomorrow on Wellness Wednesday, the Breakfast Hour, right here.
First, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Flashpoint Media so we can grow to 10 million subscribers so we can reach people across the globe, wherever they are. Thank you for joining us this morning. As Lady says, have yourself a brand new, safe day, and God go with you. Have a blessed one, guys. Keep locked right here on Flashpoint. www.flashpointmedia.ky. Our radio plays all day. Lots of important stuff coming up next, right here on Flashpoint. Have yourself a great day. See you tomorrow.
Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio, Rise and Shine, your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen, the unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdles of yesterday. Don't you wanna go further, away from the fray? Let's not get stuck in our worries, we'll make our own way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Feels like a heavy burden, but I can't relate. Do our actions even matter? Or is this our fate? At least now I'm feeling better. I know I'm here to stay. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air. Look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together, it will all seem better outside. Just us in the sky. I will go wherever, I'll be yours forever.
Second Corinthians 2:9-10.
No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love Him. But God has revealed it to us by His Spirit.
You're locked into the station that helps you tap into those incredible things that God is preparing for you.
You're listening to Flashpoint,